More than 8.4 million people now live in the most populated city in the United States. 2/3 of these New Yorkers rent their apartments. Across the city, there are approximately 1 million rent-stabilized apartments and 38,000 rent-controlled apartments, while all other apartments are at market rate.
I'd like to welcome you to this third public hearing of the New York City Rent Guidelines Board.
The Rent Stabilization Association declined our request for an interview. Many of the issues surrounding rent regulation are specific to New York City, but surprisingly, the laws aren't made in the 5 boroughs. Instead, they are drafted and voted on in Albany, the state's capital, 150 miles away from New York City.
The problem that we all have to go up to Albany.
John Gorman is a New York native tenants attorney who has been protecting tenants' rights for over 30 years.
When I arrived in 1980 in the South Bronx, it was called Little House on the Prairie because urban renewal had demolished so many of the buildings, dilapidated buildings in the district, that you could see just plains of rubble and bricks on top of other bricks, but no housing.
According to Gorman, it took some time before the Little House on the Prairie saw new development, but once developers moved in and got to work, the brand new buildings, with their much higher price tags, attracted much wealthier residents.
This put a strain on property owners who saw unregulated neighboring buildings earning often more than triple the revenue of their own rent-regulated buildings. As a result, landlords often resort to questionable tactics to remove rent-regulated tenants from apartments.
So harassment then would take the form of really aggressive behavior by owners.